Okay, so when we want to learn how to play the vocal line or the melody line of a song, it would sound something like this. Let's take a song from the Beatles that we all know. All right, so we all know that one. So how do we go about finding out how to play that melody line, the line that he sings? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. Even if you're a beginner, if you haven't really done this before, doesn't matter. So we'll go to trusty Google and we'll type in what we're looking for. And even if you've never read a note of sheet music, don't be freaked out by this. This is simple. All right, so we'll click on this first one and it comes up like this. We'll zoom in and here's a bunch of dots and some information that'll help us. So we know the song, and a lot of people are like, what do I do with my left hand? Well, it's going to tell you what the chords are. There's only a couple of chords, and what's really cool about pop songs, especially songs by like the Beatles or any, is like you learn one verse. That verse is going to repeat, so you only get to learn things like 1 or 2 times and you're good to go. So let's learn the verse. Once we learn the verse, we're going to have it for the whole song. So we see there's a D. So D in the left hand, it's a D chord. And real fast, real way to do chords. If you know where D is right here. Easy way to do a chord is we just do a little formula. So from the D we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We leave off there. And then from here we go 1, 2, 3. So we count 4 and then 3 and tie them together. So we do that again. For D major, that big D means D major. We start on D, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. We have our D chord. Don't worry about this little SUS. That's an ornament that we don't need right now. We won't worry about it. So we just got this D here, and then later on we see a C with an add 9. We won't worry about that. We just do the C. The C is the same thing. So here's C. Same formula. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Here's your C major. And then look at, when we get down to here, it's right back to the D. So if you're a little freaked out, like what do I do with my left? Just play the single notes. It's fine. Don't worry about the rhythm. Just do how you think. I just make it up when I go with the rhythm, just whatever kind of is comfortable for me. So we're going to look at this right hand, the melody line, what I want to talk to you about. So we know how the song goes. Da, 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 da. So, but we want to know what notes do we play. And right here, it's telling us, try to see it my way. So we have these dots. And if you notice, it's all on this 4th line. Now these little bars have to do with rhythm. We won't worry about that because we kind of know the rhythm of the song. I won't worry about it. I just want to teach you the notes right now. So here, it's all the same. Dun, 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 dun. And then it goes up to the space, dun, and then down back to the line, dun. So what are those? What are the notes? Well, I have a really cool little formula cheat sheet for you. Now this is something I put together to help a lot of my students figure out notes. Now, again, don't freak out about this. You only have to do this once. Once you get the verse down, you're going to have it down. Right here, we remember from the sheet music, it's on this little guy, which means treble clef, and it's this 4th line. Well, let's take a look at and here is that little symbol, which means treble clef, and the 4th line is right here. See right where my mouse is? And there is that note. And we follow the line here. It's this. Now I know that's a D. So here I have middle C. And how do you find middle C? It's somewhere in the middle of the piano. Somewhere in the center, you find these 2 black notes. And it's the first one to the left. There's your C. Now on this little chart here, here's that C I'm pressing. And we know our note is right here. There's those 2 black notes again. So we'll go up. There's those black notes. And we know that this D is in between them. That's our note. So let's go back to the sheet, and here it is. And this is the very next note up on the space. Okay? And I'll prove that by looking at, there's that space, and there's the next note. Next one up. We don't worry about the black. That's a half step. We're going a whole step up right here. So two notes right next to each other is what we're looking at here. Okay? So that's kind of how we figure out this melody line from the beginning. Okay, and then the D, remember I said just press the 1? Just do that. You want to play the whole chord we learned? That's good too. And there's measure 1. Now you already learned half the verse, right? That's like, you're good to go there. It's only 2 notes. Now we want to figure this out. Do I have to keep on talking? So this part. Now we see this notes here on the first space. Then it jumps to the next space, back to that D that we just learned, the E we just learned, and it stays on the E. So the 3 new notes, or actually 2, only 2 notes, is this first space and the second space. Let's go take a look at where that is. So there's that first space, and remember that little symbol treble clef? First space. It is an F. Remember, there's that middle C, there's F. And then the next space is this A. So it's these 2 notes. So we'll go back to the music. And if you notice the D in the left hand, we're going to use this for our left, because down here is our left hand. We won't worry about where these are jumping around. We're just going to stay on the chord, reading it here. D. It's D all the way through. Simple. So there's that F. Remember, it was right here. But there's something funny about this. Let me play from the beginning to there. That's not right. That's where these little guys come into play. This is called your key signature. These are sharps. And what this means is we have a sharp that's over the top line and a sharp that's on the third space. What does that mean? That means that anytime this note, whatever this note means, and we'll decipher that in just a second, it means it's sharped, every one of them. It's raised a half step. Let's go back to our trusty sheet. And so when you raise a half step, this would be sharped. You go to the very next note. And that's where you get into your black notes. Okay? So this is F. And this F means sharp. Every time you play F, it goes up here. Anytime you play a C, it goes up here. So in our example, I'll play from the beginning. Okay? All right. So that's how you get that vocal line. We know this is a sharp. And these notes here we already played. It's D, E. So there's a lot of here. There's not too much jumping around. It's just kind of in one area. You're not all over the keyboard. Your left hand stays put. And it's pretty simple to learn. Now, if you want to go through the rest of this song with me, we'll go through the whole thing, and I'll show you how we kind of go about this. So you can do this for any song. I'm going to give you my handout for the sheet music decipherer, the sheet music decoder. And we're going to go through this whole thing. I could do a little bit more on my own site than I can on YouTube. So go ahead and click the link and come over. It's absolutely free. Come over and we'll learn this whole thing. We'll see you there.